What's going on, guys? This is going to be Dark here with another review. This time it's going to be of the Mythic Legion's Advent of Decay Fury Clan Orcs. So, of course, as standard with me, right off the bat, you're going to see something that's not included with the figure. It's going to be the baby, of course. So, after digging through some of my fodder pieces, I had recently picked up the Marvel Legends 2-pack between the Old Man Logan and Old Man Hawkeye. And I was looking at the baby and I was rather disappointed with how it came out. It looked rather, I don't know, adultish and like shrunk down. So the baby in the comic originally looked a lot different. I was way more impressed with what Mezco had done. So I went ahead and I was looking at the baby and I was like, how can I turn this into an orc? You know, I wanted it to mix up a storyline individually. So I started cooking up a bunch of ideas. And I came up with this guy. He's still a work in progress. I need to brighten up some of the skin tone on there. If that'll focus. There we go. If you'll notice just from the background, he is a little, he's a couple shades darker than he should be. I didn't have the figure in hand with me when I was working on him, but just to change it up a little bit, if you look at his pacifier, I did go ahead and give it like the skull motif. I went ahead and clipped a piece of like a Warhammer skull and I shaved it down and I threw it in there so it'll act as like a pacifier. It didn't make sense for, like a 20th century pacifier to be in a mythological land, so went ahead and replaced that. And then if you look at the tusks, they're a little bit brighter. I figured since he's a baby, he's not really using the tusks. They should be nice and short and white and clean. So the skull is darker than the tusks themselves. Just tried to throw in as much detail as I could there, and I got to brighten up the eyes and whatnot. But for this character, I really started thinking up. He's got no, pointy ears, and not that's been described in Mythic Legions, but in a lot of fantasy realms. When it comes to orcs, they go off of strength and unfortunately a lot of babies end up killing their fathers one day and whatnot. So for this character, all of the Fury Clan orcs are different, not just based around their skin color, but their tactics, the way that they think. They're far smarter. Everything about them leads to infighting, even between the normal orcs. So the fact that they're direct assassins for Erithir, which would be the war horsemen of the apocalypse, it just really seemed like a cool idea to me to have like a fatherly figure, like almost like Joel from The Walking Dead, or not from The Walking Dead, but from The Last of Us rather. Somebody who's really done some really terrible things. But as soon as they have the availability to become a father, whether it be for the first time or once again, that they really go ahead and take advantage of that situation. So in my head, on this character that I have going forward, he's almost like he's running from his previous clan for having protected this half-brood Fury Clan baby. So, really wanting to protect his family and his tribe, runs away and he's being slowly tracked by another character that I'm designing. So just a thought. I really had fun building just the little baby before I could even get the Fury Clan orc in hand. But that was a look into my brain a little bit, and now we can get on to the actual figure. So of course he was like my first. I got him, Lord Vityrus, and Calavius all at the same time. And I gotta say, I don't know which one of the three is my favorite. I do know that I needed to pick up another Fury Clan orc because Calavius sold out by the time it took for them to show up to my house. And I didn't know that I needed another one. So I'm definitely going to be picking up another Fury Clan orc just due to the fact that I have to take him apart and put other pieces elsewhere and put pieces on him. And I want to keep a traditional Fury Clan orc. I'm not really much of a collector. I'm more of a customizer first, collector second, just because I like my shelf to look a whole lot different than everybody else's. But I'm really falling in love with the Mythic Legions line just from the bases around, them having the different heads that they have, the availability to swap different pieces back and forth. It's really awesome. So you'll also notice he does have the Barbarian belt with like the skull motif and whatnot. Only thing it's missing is the fur, which I'm kind of bummed about, but it's okay. I did throw in the dagger from, I think that's gonna be an Elf Ranger. But that's about it. Everything else on the figure, including the little strap over the shoulder, those came with the figure individually, but you can pop off the shoulder pads. There we go. Just a little circular pad goes in the back. Of course, if you found my videos and this is my first, or your first rather, introduction to Mythic Legions, then I'm super pumped, but generally speaking I don't think it will be. So you might know that already. But the Fury Clan Orc does come with this mean little spear, cleaver, what have you. This stands out to me being from Brother Mandibulus, or Broman, as everybody in the Cabal likes to neatly call him. I thought that was kind of hilarious. So, awesome little piece. It's all beaten and battered, got all kinds of dings, and if you wanted to throw some extra paint into this, it would be beautiful, but I don't think it needs it. There's a little bit of a scuff down here, but I'm not going to complain too much. Won't even focus on it. Won't notice it on the shelf. So, there is going to be an alternate head, as you've seen over here on his Buster Sword. Just go ahead and pop that off. Pop the other one in. And I am tempted to go in there with that same bright yellow and just pop in those eyes. But doesn't that just look, it just looks menacing. So that with the Buster Sword here. And this one I did have with my Calavius. This mean old monster of a blade. And then, of course, the bone sword, which I currently have with my Predator, my Bad Blood Predator that is currently waiting to have an Enforcer replacement come in for an in-stock or whatnot, but currently we're talking about a Fury Clan work. But I'm just super duper impressed with what the Mythic Legions line has done so far, and I caught glimpses of them through, J-Train 997, which is an old G.I. Joe reviewer from when I was probably about 10, 11, as well as like D Amazing. I caught a video of Cassia. I can't remember even how long ago. I was like, where is this from? So I barely caught onto the line in October. Thankfully, I got a couple of different things from the in-stock sale for the Exodus. So that was kind of my first introduction into the line. But since then, I've also picked up for the first time like Boss Fight Studios, so which was used in creating this little monster here. So I'd taken the feet from a blank monster from Boss Fight Studios, which is a 3 3/4 inch figure line, and I clipped off the toenails and used those as the tusks. So like I said in a previous video, and I'll say it 1,000 times more, nobody, at least that I've seen and encountered for a very long time, was making efficient fantasy characters that we could really delve into for a long time. So I'm just super excited to be in the Mythic Legions line. So I guess on certain occasions I don't mind spending the additional dollar on third-party retailers, but definitely gonna be sticking around, keeping my eyes open. Not every figure blows me away, but that's because I've never gotten all of them in hand. Every single one of them that I've picked up so far, whether it have been me grabbing pieces for a custom or actually like that's a sought after, like, hey, I want this, as soon as I seen it, was able to acquire it, it's not disappointed me. So there's certain things with the articulation, just coming from someone who bought almost exclusively like foreign figures, like Figma, SH, Figure Arts, and stuff like that. It just, you can go nuts with single hinge joints and whatnot, but it's really not that bad. If you know how to get around certain things and your joints stay well enough attached, it is. There's certain disadvantages to owning all of the overseas shipping, and it gets chaos. So, of course, please do let me know what you guys thought. I kind of rambled on for a little bit there, but like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what's going on. Of course, I probably gonna post this on Instagram anyway, just because my YouTube channel I kind of neglected for a long time, and mostly transitioned to Instagram just due to the situation of not having anywhere to film. Fortunately, I do kind of have a getaway here for a few days, so figured I'll pop out what I could. But I hope to stay interacting with you guys. Please do stay safe, stay healthy, and let me know what you guys thought. Hope to talk to you soon. Later.